This video is going to show you guys how to set up groups in Canvas. So when you're on your home page, okay, or from any page, you can go to your navigation tabs and you want to click on People. It's going to show you all the students in your class. So this is my summer school class. So it's kind of, I got different sections in here and stuff, so we won't worry about that right now. But for groups, I have no groups. You click on that, there's no groups. So if I want to set up a group, I just add a group set. To name it, I highly recommend adding a class title to it because the students, when they see their groups, they just see it for all their classes, so make sure they know they're the right one. Put the class name, module 1 group, okay, and then you can allow self sign up or not. I would not at the beginning. I mean, once they learn how to do that, then you could add that. How many groups do you want? So this class has 29, so I want 7 groups. That'll give me one group of 5. Normally you could click keep them in the same section, but this class has kids in different sections, so I'm not going to do that. If you want a group leader, that person can be in charge of submitting it because groups can submit it all at once or individually. That's up to you. Hit save. It's going to randomly assign students. Okay, if you did it manually, then you would drag people into groups, but you can see I have 7 groups. Again, I got groups of 4 with one group of 5. As a teacher now, if you want to see who's in the group, just visit their group homepage. And so we have nothing set up in here, but if you just click on people there, it tells you the 4 people that are in that group. Okay, it shows any teachers and aides. This is going to allow people to communicate with each other. They could start their own discussion board. They could upload files. They can make their own announcements, or you can make an announcement to that group specifically by just hitting add announcements, but they could do it themselves. You could start a discussion board for that group and have them just communicate with themselves through a discussion board. Collaborations, they could create a Google Doc and it's automatically shared with everybody. They could do that, or you can do it. So through collaborations, you add a Google app, and then you could choose, you want a Google Doc, a Google spreadsheet, or Google Slides, whichever one you want them working on together. So I want them to do a slide, you give it a name. Okay, so test slide. And then you want to add collaborators, so you just click on the group members that you want over there. It only shows you those people, and you hit submit. And so that group, okay, now has a Google slide that they all have access to work on at the same time. So they could have Zoom open, communicating with each other, working and typing in here, and they could all see each other working at the same time. That's one way to use group collaboration with Zoom or Google Meets going on at the same time, so they could hear each other and interact with each other verbally, as well as seeing each other's work. On the student end, so this is my students login. So you could come over here and you could see groups. That was not there before. So the students don't have that button until a teacher assigns them groups. So all the groups for all their classes are going to show up there. That's why I recommend you give it class name as well. So this student is in group 5. Okay, and so just like the teacher, it looks the same. As a student, you can set up a collaboration on your own. And so the group leader or whoever you want, okay, create a collaboration. So they want to do a Google Doc, name it, okay, test doc, okay, add the people, okay, to the group, and then submit. So now everyone has access to the doc that was created. They can work on it as a teacher. So they could write, okay, testing. And so as a teacher, if I go back over, and this was in group 5, so if I go back Switch group, I want to see group 5. And I go to their collaborations. I can see that the doc's there, and I could view their progress. Since I didn't create it, okay, so I got to go back. I would have to request to see theirs, or they would have to share it with me. So they shared it with me, add people. Now, if I created it, I would have access to it already, but since one of the students created it, I would need to have access to it. Now, if I go back, click on it, I should have access. There you go, and I can see the testing part. So those are some features that you could use in groups with Canvas. And the next video will be on how to use Zoom.